Hello, everyone. Hope everyone is doing well. Going to give some people a few minutes to hop on. We're going to be talking Bitcoin news today. I'm going to make sure I'm live. We're going to be talking about a breakout or a shakeout. Which one could be coming? We're also going to be taking a look at a few other things going on. We're going to be looking at something the Winklevoss Twins said on a... Oh my gosh, it's so loud. It's so loud. LTC Perosi Rampage. What is going on? Yeah, we're going to be looking at some stuff that was said by the Winklevoss Twins. We're going to be looking at some stuff going on in Florida. We are going to continue to talk about the Google quantum computer news. Going to find out what you guys think about that. We're going to be talking about something else. Oh, we're going to talk about Backed. We're going to talk about whether or not you guys feel like that is a good thing. Yeah, what's up, Zog? Good to see you. Yeah, it was nice to meet you as well. So I usually have something above me scrolling here. I can't remember how I did it last time, though. So, all right, guys, let's talk. So let's start looking at the markets here. So we got the markets. I think I need to close this down a little bit so you guys can see it a little better on the screen. Let's see. No, that looked pretty good, actually. There we go. Okay. All right, guys. So we got Bitcoin coming in at 97.46. Let me refresh, make sure that's a good. Oh, it's up a little bit more. 97.50. What's up, AdMate? Good to see you. Ethereum coming in at 202. Let's look at the biggest gainers and biggest losers. Biggest gainer, Bit Capital Vendor, BCV. Not to be outdone by BSV, but BCV is up 14% today. We got Energy Digibyte up pretty big, up 10% today out of nowhere after they just had a pretty big ordeal with their founder in Binance. Let me see if I can pull that up real quick for you guys to see that. Let's see here. Jared Tate is the founder. Let's click here. Okay, see if I can find it. Gosh, he tweets a lot. Wasn't expecting him to tweet this much. So anyways, Jared Tate, basically from Digibyte, had a tweet talking about what happened between him and Binance. There was a call between him and Binance where... here it is right here. There was a call with the Binance team a few weeks ago. They wanted $300,000 and 3% of all Digibyte for insurance for their customers against blockchain hacks and defects to list Digibyte. Told them it's not possible with a truly decentralized blockchain like Digibyte. So very interesting. I mean, basically what he's saying here is decentralized. We can't do that. I can't give you 3%. I don't have 3%. So definitely very interesting as we see this tension between Binance listing exchanges and, coins that want to get on there that are truly decentralized projects, because really no one's supposed to own all the coins, right? So if Jared were to fork over some of his own personal Digibyte, which I'm sure a lot of people would like him to do, he might do that, but who knows? Maybe he sold off. Maybe he doesn't even have 3%, which he may not have if it's decentralized. So I don't know. Very interesting. There was some heat coming on here from this. There were some people that were pretty upset about it. We got my girl Laura here, who said, this is unprofessional behavior from a founder. It affects more than a single exchange. People in this community are trying to build partnerships, handling your discontent this way definitely put the hard work of the Digibyte awareness team in jeopardy. So definitely got some people inside the Digibyte community that are not super thrilled with the way that Jared Tate handled that. It seemed unnecessary, like if you're not going to get on the exchange, if you can't force yourself on there, then maybe don't talk about it in public. Maybe keep that to yourself instead of trying to throw Binance under the bus and kind of creating more tension between Digibyte and Binance, because there's a lot of people out there holding Digibyte that don't need the FUD. So it's good to see them up today. Good to see them up 10% over the last 24 hours. MadeSafe Coin, which I believe isn't MadeSafe Coin the rebrand of Peercoin or Feathercoin? Can't remember exactly which it is. No, it's neither one of those. Never mind. That's it. That's actually an old coin. It's not a rebrand, I don't think. Then we got Tezos, Chainlink. Tezos up 3.4% on the news that it is getting listed on Binance. So pretty cool news there. So who won the drop, buddy? That was, I think, Bitco. If I were smart, I would have waited and done it on the live stream, but I did not. I did pick it randomly, so Bitco was the winner. He is going to get his dropple here pretty soon. I've handed over to the team for them to send that out, so he can be looking for that to come pretty soon. So, okay, let's go here. Okay. All right, guys, so we're continuing to look at the biggest winners and losers of the day. Like I said, Tezos listed on Binance is big news. Biggest losers of the day, we got Redcoin down 10%. We got XMAX, Quant, 0x, and Algorand. So, yeah, let's talk about IOST. Let's pull up IOST here. Number 67. So, yeah, it is dropping over the last few days. It's down to 0.006 BTC. Definitely hasn't been doing great lately. But, however, I would say that holding around 67 is about where it's been for the last several weeks. So even though it has not been doing great, we're really just seeing the same thing happening with IOST that we've seen with all the altcoins. I mean, how many altcoins do you know have done great? Ethereum had a run recently. Of course, Chainlink had a good run there for a while. Bomb Token, Phantom. There's all kinds of projects that have had good runs. IOST had a great run back in April, but it's just kind of the same thing. We just don't see a lot of excitement around altcoins right now. And if we go back and we look at the current Bitcoin dominance level, maybe I can click that. There we go. The current Bitcoin dominance level is coming in at, if I can get rid of this, okay, at 68%. So we're still seeing this hovering around 70%. As long as Bitcoin dominance is hovering around 70%, we're not going to see a lot of altcoin rallies. Really, the only reason why we saw an altcoin rally is we saw Bitcoin fall from above 70% to below 70%. And when Bitcoin starts hitting 70% dominance, that's usually when we see it drop down below. That seems to be quite the level of resistance for Bitcoin dominance. So let's go ahead and hit a refresh. 97.35. Bitcoin's gone down a little bit. So let's talk about some news here, guys, and then we'll leave some time for some chat. At the end, we need to bring Jimmy alive. Yeah, I don't know what's going on with the whole Jimmy situation. He basically is, he's not MIA. I mean, he's just kind of focusing on other things right now. So we can talk about that another time. So here we go, guys. We got the Winklevoss Twins saying Facebook's Libra is a good thing. Now, this was a story from a couple days ago. This is from a podcast on an interview with CNN's Poppy Harlow. A lot of really interesting stuff came out of that podcast. But one of the things that was said, and I just think it's very interesting, I'm not saying I necessarily agree with it, but Cameron and Tyler Winklevoss said in several interviews that Facebook's Libra project is a good news for the cryptocurrency world. And why? Well, right here is the quote. I'll go and highlight that so you guys can see that. I really like this highlighter I found. It's really nice. A company of the stature of Facebook talking about the word crypto demystifies it. Now, we can look back at what happened when Libra coin was officially announced, and we saw the price go up to 14,000, so there may be something to this. It takes out the fear for some people. It might add other fear for different reasons, maybe privacy or whatnot, but the fact that a publicly traded company that's a huge part of our economy is doing something really serious in crypto very much mainstreams it. I think it's a big win for our space. Now, it's very interesting because if you watched one of my street videos that I did a few weeks ago with the kid that was singing, Bitcoin. God, it was so funny. He was a good singer and a good dancer. But he said, one thing that can help cryptocurrency is like if Donald Trump were using cryptocurrency. And of course, not specifically Donald Trump is not the point here. The point is that when people see big names using Bitcoin, it takes away the mystery from it. Like, what in his words, he said, if Donald Trump is using Bitcoin, then maybe I can trust it too. So it doesn't have to be Donald Trump, obviously. Any person that's a big name that's using cryptocurrency, like we've seen what's happened with Russell Okung in the NFL, starting to talk a lot about Bitcoin. He had a conference a couple weeks ago in LA. We started to see a lot of his teammates not necessarily talk about Bitcoin, but in some videos he's made. So I think athletes, honestly, could be one of the biggest gateways to bring people in cryptocurrency. I mean, just think, if LeBron James started talking about Bitcoin or wore a Bitcoin shirt, it would go everywhere. And yes, like Kim Kardashian had a post about Bitcoin like maybe a year and a half ago, and that was exciting. But Kim Kardashian, while she has a lot of supporters and a lot of followers, there definitely is a stigma attached to someone like that. But if you have someone like LeBron James that pretty much universally loved, like, yeah, you may not think that he's better than Michael Jordan or Kobe Bryant, which I certainly don't think. So there's a lot of arguments around him, but most people would consider him to be a pretty good guy. He has had a few controversial political, tweets or quotes, things like that. If we were to take those things aside, generally, I think we'd all agree, like, LeBron James is a pretty good guy. He hasn't been in any police trouble, and he's been a pretty good face of the league. If someone like that were to start using Bitcoin, it would do wonders. So, big name actors, big name celebrities, big name athletes, I think those are some ways that we can demystify it. And I think this is really good what he's saying. Now, another thing that I thought was very interesting, and this is something that you guys, XBitco, you won the Dropple. Giveaway. You can look at your comment from the Dropple video a couple days ago, and I said you were the winner. So I picked you earlier today, random winner, and I gave the Dropple team your address. So they'll be sending you. I mean, I think it's about $100 worth of Dropple. So Dwayne says he needs Libra in his life. Kanye West is in Bitcoin. If he smoked more about it, that would be epic. It would be, but once again, Kanye West, like, he is a genius. He's a creative genius. However, he will tell you that very quickly. And there's also kind of a stigma attached to Kanye West, the same way there is with Kim K. So, no, don't get me wrong. I don't think Libra will launch. I really do not believe that it is going to launch, period. I do not think Libra will launch. I'm saying that officially. If it does, I will be honestly very surprised because I'll be very surprised. You have France and Germany coming out against it. The U.S. government is strongly against it. I don't think it's going to launch. Now, if they do, I think what they're going to do is try to go a completely different route. I think they're just may stay away from the United States. They may actually try to launch in Switzerland, where the Libra Foundation is going to be held or housed. I think there's some governing body in Switzerland that they're also working with, or they say they're working with in the white paper. I think that governing body was like, we don't know anything about this. But so Switzerland could be an option. More blockchain-friendly countries may be a good option for them to go. But ultimately, in the United States, I do not believe that Libra Coin will launch. But you guys know I've been doing the street videos. We're trying to come up with some cool ideas for some new videos. I think we're going to go shoot another one tomorrow. Libra Coin has to launch. I don't know. If it does launch, I don't think it'll be the way it's currently constructed. So that's why I picked you, so you'll be nice to me. I'm just kidding. Yeah. So anyways, guys, back to this story here. They said that, where is this story? Where, it says in here somewhere, my wife wrote this. Yes, my wife wrote this. Let's see. Oh, here it is, right here. Duh. Okay, it says, that encounter, let's see. So basically what happened is they learned about Bitcoin from a guy on a beach. I thought this story was super interesting because I did not know it. I knew that what they had done is the Winklevoss Twins had taken their money from the Facebook lawsuit and they had invested it into Bitcoin. And that's actually how they made so much money. But very interesting is how they found out about Bitcoin. They were actually on a beach and they were drunk. They were really drunk on a beach, having a good time, and a guy recognized them and he walked up to them on the beach and he started talking to them about Bitcoin and about cryptocurrency and explained to them what it was. They put $11 million from that settlement into Bitcoin right after that. So that $11 million has also turned to over $1 billion. They were on the Gemini exchange. So that was a chance encounter. And that just really shows you that if we put boots on the ground, if you guys say, what can we do to push adoption. And instead of just me going out and making videos, we all try to do something. There's got to be a meme about Uber drivers that are scared of me because I always ask them about Bitcoin, and that's like kind of one of my things. Some of the easiest people to talk to are Uber drivers. You're in the car with them. They hear a lot of interesting stuff, so they like hearing stories for the most part. That's a good person to talk to. Maybe you have people you work with. Obviously, your family. Maybe your family's sick of hearing it. If your family is not sick of hearing it, you're not doing your job. I will tell you that. So just a chance encounter on a beach made these guys billionaires, and they've been kind of spokespeople for Bitcoin for a long time now. So very interesting. So let's move on. Let's look at this story right here. Florida's blockchain task force meet to determine benefits of blockchain technology. So what we've seen is that a lot of the people in the federal government are wising up to cryptocurrency. They're starting to understand it. We've seen that in hearings, and we're starting to see that the government understands there are certain steps they have to take, whether it's regulation, whether it's legislation, whatever it is, there's steps they have to take. There's investigations that they need to do and research into how governments can benefit from blockchain technology as well. Well, now what we're starting to see is individual states have task forces to learn how to implement blockchain technology in their own, states. So very interesting. Florida now has this task force. The purpose is here. I like highlighting it. It's my favorite thing to do. I used to love Highlights magazine when I was a kid. My mom said that's why I'm so smart, because I love those magazines. The group will study ways state, county, and municipal governments can benefit from transitioning to a blockchain-based system for record-keeping, security, and service delivery. So each one of these states are looking at how they can leverage their government in order to find out more about cryptocurrency. Now, very interesting is that the Blockchain Center in Miami, and the founder there, or the co-founder, is Erica Gemma. I actually got the chance to interview her at Coinvention, and I think you guys are going to like this interview. It's very interesting. I'm definitely planning on going down to the Blockchain Center, maybe in November or December, having a meetup and things like that, doing some street content in Miami. Hey, that'll be fun in the winter, at least to go somewhere warm. But, the interview is going to be very interesting. You guys are going to learn a lot more about what the government in Miami is doing, working hand in hand with the Blockchain Center. So they have the Blockchain Center and the Bitcoin Center. They have both of those in Miami. They have workstations where people can go in there and work remotely. They have meetups. They have talks. They have conferences. They have a lot going on at this Bitcoin Center. However, the really interesting thing is on her board, I know she mentioned I think the Chamber of Commerce and someone from the mayor's office. I can't remember exactly what she said. Well, you guys will get to see that interview when I get the footage back from Coinvention. Wanted to do more live streams there, but they had really professional setups for interviews, so I really focused on getting those interviews. You guys will see those, here pretty soon. Also, guys, tomorrow night I'll be live streaming from the Tron event in Atlanta. There is a Tron meetup, or is by Blockchain Atlanta. So we'll be going there and live streaming a talk from Quinn from Mid-Earth Cryptos. You guys make sure to be ready for that. But I thought it was really interesting that people in the government are working with her on this Bitcoin Center. And, it kind of was a little confusing to me because even though they're working hand in hand, Florida was still one of the states that was banned from the Binance US exchange. If you want to sign up for the Binance US exchange, you can do that, binance.bitboy.live. But, she said she wasn't surprised by that because there seems to be maybe a disconnect at the state level, just in terms of regulation, and then what they're doing in South Florida in Miami. She said that Miami is looking to become the Silicon Valley of Latin America. It's like the doorway to South America. And we know there's been a lot of bullish stuff going on in South America. So definitely very interesting to see everything that is going on in Florida and specifically in Miami. Okay, so here we go, guys. Let's look at this story. We're going to continue looking at this because I think this is a very fascinating thing that has been going on. My friends still say crypto is a bubble, don't they all? She does ask for Libra updates. She must have that Facebook Messenger. She's ready to send money. Your money, Dwayne, if I'm a betting man. Google's quantum breakthrough won't destroy Bitcoin, not yet. So here we go. A few things to talk about here. So the quantum processor dubbed Sycamore contained 54 quantum bits or qubits. Qubits primarily denote data stores and are somewhat analogous to the binary digit within traditional computers. So Google puts out this paper. Well, actually NASA leaked the paper and then Google pulled it. The official story is that they didn't mean to do it, and the reason why they couldn't release it yet is because it has not been peer reviewed. So any kind of paper you guys see as an official institutional paper, whatever it might be, it's got to be peer reviewed for it to be, true journalistic standards or, whatever the paper standards are that they use. But this one was not. It has not been reviewed yet. So this is not official what they put out. But the story is that with this 54 quantum bit computer, that they will be able to break Bitcoin encryption. Well, very interesting down here, if you go a little bit further, it says, regardless of Bitcoin's potential exploits, there's one fundamental requirement that needs to be met before any application of Shor's algorithm. Now, Shor's algorithm is the algorithm that can be used to break the encryption. According to a research paper by Center for Cryptocurrency Research and Engineering, only a quantum computer containing 1,500 qubits, so about 18 to 19 times the amount of qubits that was used in this in the quantum computer that the Google paper was written from. It needs 1,500 qubits. Is that wrong? Is that actually closer to 28? I think it's 20. I can't. I'm lost on the math at this point. But anyways, whatever it is, it needs 1,500 qubits to execute the algorithm, something which could take years to produce. Bearing in mind that Google's newfound quantum supreme machine only contains 54 qubits, it doesn't seem likely that it'll fill that criteria. So this is something that when the peers review it, they may find a discrepancy. So, definitely very interesting what is going on with this computer. Some more news here is that there's already a quantum Shor. This is talking about the Shor's algorithm. The calculation enables the extraction of the private key from any public key. The worst news is Shor specifically targets the elliptic curve digital signature algorithm, an algorithm used with many popular cryptocurrencies, including Bitcoin and Ethereum. Well, there have been now cryptocurrencies that are claiming to be quantum resilient, including one from David Chaum, who is the founder of Elixir. He's known as the father of digital cash. As you can see here, he's creating a quantum resilient cryptocurrency known as Praxis. Now, I think we'll continue to see more of these. But very interesting here is a tweet by Bloomberg technology reporter William Turton. He said that the NSA is currently trying to create quantum resistant cryptocurrencies. So I don't know. Are they trying to get out ahead of the Bitcoin curve? I'm not sure. Now, if the encryption is broken, to my understanding, somebody might correct me on this. Once the encryption is broken, it will take Bitcoin a while to be able to change its encryption. But I do believe if they get a majority of the miners to agree on the change, that it can be made. Something like Decred is a cryptocurrency that has it could change its encryption with just a majority of votes from those who have the nodes on the Decred network. They could actually make a change to their encryption in a very short period of time, almost instantaneously once it became broken. So I think what we'll see is we might see people in the Bitcoin community start calling for more encryption on the addresses before this happens, right? I mean, you wouldn't want the encryption to actually get broken. Now that we can see that this quantum computing thing is becoming a real threat to the long-term survival of Bitcoin, it makes sense to kind of get out ahead of that. But, we've seen this many times. We've seen encryption broken all throughout history. It will get broken. And this has been one of my concerns about blockchain technology is that, can it adapt fast enough to survive? And I think that it can, but it's going to take a lot of smart people working together. Yeah, I read that as well. Xbico. What's up, Augustine Rodriguez from Uruguay? When I was in the 4th grade, I did a report on Uruguay. I called it Uruguay back then. Saw that on Medium too. The breaking of encryption is geared at bit though. Yeah, longer keys. I mean, that's basically what it's going to take. It's going to take longer keys. And I think that it's not going to be too much longer before we really have to figure out, is this, the direction that we need to go in? I honestly do believe that we do need to do something about it. So, all right, let's look over here at Bitcoin. This is the 1-day chart. This has got my market cipher indicator on top of it. I don't have the whole thing. I got some more down here. I learned that just using the VWAP, you can make a lot of money. But anyways, we're going to be talking a lot more about market cipher and some easy, low-grade TA stuff on the channel coming up in the next, probably not next week. You guys don't know I'm going to Disney World next week. So I may not do any videos. I may just not do videos at all for several days. We'll see. I may do one on Sunday and then not Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday, or Friday because I'm going to be out of town. I could do extra work and make more videos this week, but I'm just kind of burnt out. So I'll probably just take the break next week. So when you guys don't see me for a few days, just don't think I died. I'm at Disney World. What up, Jalen? What's going on, dude? Brother from another mother, son. There's one coin who started with quantum protection, still small, called Mashimo. Hey, when I was a teenager, I used to wear Mashimo myself. Or was that Massimo? But here's the thing, guys. Let's talk about this breakout. Let's throw some lines on here. You guys want to throw some lines on here? Okay, so if we put a line down here, well, let's start with this line right here. Okay, so this was the top of this wick right here. So if you draw the top of this wick, it's going to go, well, let me zoom that out a little bit. Okay, if you draw the tops of these wicks, that would put it down somewhere over here. Okay, if we put one, let's see, where do I want this? I want it right here at the bottom of these candles. So let's talk about this breakout. Let's talk about what this means here. So we'll start it right here. Okay. Did not zoom out far enough. But regardless, I'll just put it here. I'm still learning how to use all this stuff on TradingView. So if we look at this, if we look at these lines here, you will see that we are in a tightening range here. There's no question about it. We are going to see a breakout very, very soon. What is up, Crypto Rhino? Hey, I have a rhino tattoo on my back that I covered up with a falcon. It was an Echo Rhino. I used to think I was Hood. If you're not here next week, you just do the thing of IOST proof of beer. Vote for family vlog from Disney. Okay, you guys want the family vlog from Disney? We can do that. We can roll with that. No question about it. But when we look at the price of Bitcoin, this thing is going to go way up or way down. There's no question about it. If we pull in the range here, you guys can see it has been a long time since we've been out of this pennant here. And, you look at April, the run-up, it was quite drastic, quite volatile. And now we have been stuck in this range for a long time. We haven't been able to get back up over where we were with 14,000. And we are going to see this breakout. Now, is it going to be up or down? I kind of think it's going to be both. I think that what we're going to see is we are going to see the price of Bitcoin go down. We may see it go down all the way to 7,000. That's the number. That would be historically comparative to what we saw with the CME futures. Now, will that happen? I'm not 100% sure, but what I do believe is that if we drop that low, I do not believe that we are going to stay there for long. We could drop that low this week, guys. I do think it's possible. But hold on tight, because when we get that breakout and when this price drops, we are going to see panic everywhere. And once we see that panic, then we're finally going to see the price shoot way up. I do believe by the end of this year, we will be at all-time highs. I'm going to stick with that no matter what. Even if we get down to December 30th and we're only at $1,000, I'm just going to have to believe, which that's not even possible really, but I just have to believe that by the end of this year, we're going to see new all-time highs. But one thing I'm trying to do right now is I am trying to learn more about leverage trading. I've been using Bybit quite a bit over the last few days, working on some trades, working with Market Cipher. If you guys want to sign up, it's very risky, by the way, very risky. I'm trying to do some more conservative. I'm not doing conservative trades. I was about to lie to you guys. I've never lied to you guys before, but I was about to lie to you guys for the first time. I'm risky as I'm trading 100x leverage, 25x leverage. 50x leverage is pretty much my norm. So I'm probably going to get liquidated and lose all my money. But that'll be a good lesson for you guys to learn when you watch me lose all of my money. But I have been using Bybit. It is risky. If you guys want to check it out, you guys can do that. It's Bitboy or bybit.bitboy.live. Or if you want to use Prime XBT, that's another one you guys can use. That one is prime.bitboy.live. You guys check that out. If you're interested, once again, it is risky. So if you're a new trader, then you may not want to do it. But the more that I'm learning about TA, the more I'm just seeing how naive I've been about a lot of things. Like when you look at this, it's pretty clear that this thing is going in a range when you look here. It's pretty obvious. It's been pretty obvious really probably ever since about the beginning of August. And what we're going to see is we are going to see a massive breakup or a massive breakdown. And like I said, I think we're going to see both. I think we're going to see a big red candle, then I think it's going to recover. So now, what do you guys think? Do you guys think that we are going to see the price go up or down? I would love to hear your opinions. Let's see. You can't hack an address that doesn't send any Bitcoin. No way. That's pretty good. What's that? A Disney family fun vlog? That just means that we'll take videos of us of my family riding rides at Disney World. Let's see. It doesn't look very good right now. Back didn't bring what we expected. I would definitely disagree with that. I would say that it brought exactly what I expected. When you see the institutional investors coming in, that's not great for Bitcoin, honestly. I do think that we will see the price go up because one thing that institutional investors will really love is when everyone FOMOs in, it makes the price go like way up, whether it's 30,000 or 100,000, and then all of a sudden just chop out everyone's legs and just short the price all the way down. I think that's definitely something we could see. So I think they're going to want the price to go up, kind of camouflaged in the halving. But, I expected the price to go down. When we see this stuff happen, it never lives up to the hype. Now, I do believe that eventually this is going to push the price back up, but it's going to be, it may not be a long time, but it wasn't going to be today, guys. Let's look at let's go look at the ice products. The ice products. Let's look at the ice products. Let's see here. Where is the chart? Let's see if we can find the chart. OTC and physicals? No. View all product specs, data. Here we go. How much volume do we have? No, that's not it. Where did I find this at? Bitcoin futures launch. Where did I see this earlier? Okay, hold on. Bitcoin backed futures. Here we go. I think this is it here. No, that's not it. That's exactly where I just was. I don't know how to get here, guys. Exchanges. Where do I click to find that? I can't find it now. Yeah, you guys smash that like. I would appreciate that. Just so you guys know that to smash the like button, you have to X out of the live chat and then come back. So, okay, hold on. Let's see. Is it under XBT, I wonder? This thing is so confusing. All right, let me go back. Let me go back so I can see this. Let's see here. Backed Bitcoin futures. Let's see where I can find it at. Backed.com. I don't think this is it. I would like to see what the volume is right now. Here it is. Okay, found it. Okay, so the volume right now is at 71. When I did the video earlier, it was at 44. That's how many contracts they have. I know it took me a while to find that. Sorry about that, guys. Oh, it's backed.com. Really surprising URL. Yeah, so right now, it is showing the Bitcoin price at 98.75 for the futures price, which is not close to the real price, which is sitting at 96.75 right now. But we'll just have to see what happens with this. I think 71 over the first day is not super low. We're coming up on 24 hours. Like when you look at when that preview of the Van Eck ETF or whatever you want to call it, soft launch of the ETF before they pulled it. It got 0 contracts, basically absolutely nothing. This is a little encouraging to see the institutional people coming in, I guess. I'm not super thrilled about the institutional stuff coming to crypto. Because, on one hand, like, I understand it's great, we'll pump the bags, yada, 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 yada. But on the other hand, it's not great in my opinion because, it's not what cryptocurrency is all about. It's about decentralization, and it's about decentralizing the power of these big entities. And are we just handing them more power? It's one of these things that I'm kind of torn in between. Like, will they come in and make the price go sideways for a long time? I mean, while I said what I believe is going to happen, that's also a possibility, guys. And I feel like, there's a lot of YouTube channels out there. And what YouTube wants me to do, I'll tell you guys what YouTube wants me to do. What YouTube wants me to do in order to grow is they want me to come on this channel and they want me to tell you the Bitcoin is going to $100,000 by the end of the year. That's what they want. They want me to come here on this channel and they want me to say XRP is going to be back at all-time highs by the end of next month. They want me to come on this channel and they want me to say, oh, if you have altcoins, hold on to them because altcoin season is coming tomorrow and you're going to make huge, massive gains. Huge gains, money, everyone make it, ride Lambo, moons. That's what YouTube wants me to do because that's who gets clicks. People that come on here every single day and say the price is going up, there's a huge target audience for that, but I'm never going to be like that. I mean, I'm going to be real with you guys. That's all I can be is real. That's the only thing that I have in this life is that I can be real with you. I can't do anything else. That's just the way that I'm wired. So if I were to come on here and tell you guys like, oh, Bacta's launch, like now we're going to see everything go to the moon, even though it's down right now, I just can't do that. I got to be honest with you. Honestly, I'm concerned about the future of cryptocurrency due to what is going on with the institutional vehicles. Because this is what you have to remember, and I talked about it a little earlier on a video, which is, all of these investment vehicles, the New York Stock Exchange, okay, that is now running backed, basically, ICE, the company behind it. All of these futures contracts, they make money whether you make money or lose money. What is the motivation for them to help push the price up? It doesn't really exist. What actually is better for them is for the price to go up and down a lot. Because they're making commissions on every trade regardless. They want people to make more trades. So they kind of want you to live in this tension of, I don't know what's going to happen with the price. And as long as it goes sideways, then it's kind of like this. It's like, oh, the price is down. Let me long it. Oh, the price is up. Let me short it. And people are just continuing to make trades, and all these margin trading platforms and these more official institutional investment platforms, they are making money hand over fist. Every time they add a new investment vehicle, they're making billions of dollars. That's the truth. ICE is going to make billions of dollars on this. And so it just begs the question of what is their motivation to see the price go up? And traditionally, we know that retail traders lose. But here's the thing, guys. I want to give you guys a little bit of encouragement. Here's a little bit of encouragement. You'll hear this a lot. You will hear people say that the retail investor is always at the disadvantage and that the institutional investors always make all the money. But that's not necessarily true because as a retail investor, you have a huge advantage over the institutional investor. The institutional investor works with hedge funds and other kinds of funds and large capital, and they have to trade. They have to trade. On behalf of their clients, they have to make trades no matter what the market is doing, whether it's going up or whether it's going down. But as a retail investor, you don't have to make trades. You can only get in when you feel like or when your research says now is a good time to get in. So you can stay out of the market. And so over this week, unless you're, I'm shorting Bitcoin right now, honestly, because I feel like the price is going to go down over the next few days. So the next few days, I do have a short in. We'll see what happens. I'll probably end up getting liquidated and you guys will all get rich and then we can all have a good laugh about it at a meetup or something like that. But you have the option to stay out right now and see how all this shakes out. Now, you don't want to get left behind if the price starts going up. And here's what you do. If you want a long or short, you just look at this chart here and you say, you know what? This is going to break out. And so whichever way you think it's going to break out, you can wait for confirmation to see it break out of one of these lines. And as soon as it breaks out of one of these lines, you know which way it's going. It's probably not going to go up out of this trend and then drop back down, or either vice versa, go down and then drop back up, or go back up, at least until the end of this pattern or whatever. So, I think that is one advantage that you do have as a retail trader that institutions don't have. However, when you factor that in and you think that they're always having to trade, it does make sense that we see these long phases of accumulation because, like I said, all these people running these investment vehicles are making money whether the price goes up or down. So that is pretty much all I got on the day. So we can chat for a little bit if you guys got any questions. Was about decentralization. What does that mean? Who needs a pump of our bags? Let's see here. You guys ask me anything. AMA right now. Yeah, I gotta keep it real. I can't do that. No matter what YouTube wants me to do, I'm not wired that way. I'm not wired to lie. I'm just not wired to lie. In an earlier phase of my life, I probably was, but all I can be is honest with you guys, Thank you, Augustine. How about those Colts? Shut up, dude. Shut up, man. You really want to come talking that garbage? I think, honestly, the fact that the Falcons lost the game against the Colts yesterday and that the Saints beat the Seahawks, I think that's pretty much the kiss of death for our season. Because when you look over at the West, when you look over at the NFC West, we're going to talk football for just a brief second here, and you see the Niners, the Seahawks, and the Rams all doing pretty good right now. Oh, gosh. Then you got the Cowboys doing really good. You got the Packers and the Vikings doing good. It's looking like it's going to be hard to get one of those wild card spots. So our only path to the playoffs is probably winning the division. And if we can't be 2 or 3 games up on the Saints when Drew Brees comes back, we ain't going to do it. So very disappointing. How do I stop my beard of itching? Okay, very interesting question. Well, I got a few techniques. Number one is I take my hand, and when I feel like itching, I just do something else with it. I do this, or I do this, or I do this, or I do this. I'm just kidding. There is a vitamin I take called biotin, which is helps to make your beard grow better and the health of your beard hair a little better. I also use Honest Amish beard oil. I should get them as a sponsor on my podcast. But I use them. But really the thing that has helped me out a lot with my beard and my hair, I'm gonna be honest with you guys, I struggle with dandruff. My scalp gets really dry. I feel like I'm doing a commercial right now. I feel like my scalp gets dry, but I found this tea tree oil because really, okay, so we were talking earlier about Google working on post-quantum. I promise you this is related. We're talking about Google working on post-quantum security options, and now they're coming out with a paper saying that hey, we busted encryption. So they're like trying to create a problem and then come in and solve it. The dandruff shampoo is kind of like that. The dandruff shampoo, for a lot of people, if you talk to doctors, they'll say it actually makes your skin worse. And if you're not using it like all the time, it actually will make your scalp itchier. And then you go buy more because it's itchy and it's a big cycle. So I found this stuff on Amazon. Let's go to Amazon. Let me see if I can find it. It's tea tree. That's how you sell it. Tea tree oil shampoo. I think that's it. It's really good stuff, though, if I can find it. We're talking about tea tree oil. It's none of this stuff. It's called something else. I can't remember exactly what it's called. But regardless, the fact is I finally found that, and it doesn't only work on your hair, which you guys know I do have a lot of, but it also works on your beard. So that's one way I keep my beard from getting itchy. Itchy show. Let's see if I can find if it'll pop up here. Gosh, I can't find it. I wish I could remember the name of it. It's really good stuff. I can bring this to you another time. I should get this place to sponsor me too. Is that how you spell tea tree? Anyways, regardless, guys, we've talked about shampoo too much. Okay. Any dApps you have been messing around with? Not really. I haven't been using a lot of dApps. It is something where I might want to check out pretty soon. I should probably do a video on it. Let's see. Should have kept the rhino tat. Y'all don't know this, but I thought I was from the hood at some point in my life. So, I had an Echo Rhino tattoo. I wore the puffy vest. Fortunately for me, I wasn't on social media because it didn't exist yet. And also, there were not a lot of pictures taken of me during that time of my life. Okay. Do you know BL's Blue Zell coin? I do not know about it. I have heard of it, but I don't do much about it. ETH 1.0 to 2.0 coming within 4 months. How will that affect the Enterprise Alliance? We'll have to see if it really does come. I'm not convinced that it will. We'll just have to see. Yeah, exactly. And then XBitCo followed it up and said the exact same thing. Yeah, so Jalen said, any new crypto that caught your eye, VeChain deep dive? Yeah, so I am going to be doing a series. I think I'm going to do one on Tron tomorrow, maybe Wednesday, because I do have a Tron event tomorrow night. Do a Where Are They Now series, where I'm going to look at different cryptocurrencies. Definitely Tron, definitely Cardano, definitely VeChain, maybe Binance Coin, not really sure about that one yet. Maybe some other, bigger ones that I haven't really covered a lot on the channel lately. Still wear Echo from time to time. Where I haven't done lately. A lot of stories on and kind of do an update. So I've got a cool idea for a thumbnail. It's like a milk carton, it's like a milk carton. It says, where are they now? And then I put a logo in the middle of it. So I really just want to do it because I think the thumbnails would be cool. Maybe we'll learn some about crypto. I don't know. It's questionable at this point if you learn anything about crypto on this channel. That's where you guys come in and say, oh no, BitBoy, you're the best, blah, 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 blah. Okay. Is IOST at the bottom? I'm guessing it all depends on BTC. Guys, I don't know what to think about anything anymore, honestly. With the altcoins, almost anything's possible. We might see a huge altcoin rally. We're going to see the same thing that we've seen traditionally, which is, Bitcoin dominance is going to hit a level of resistance. It's going to drop, and then altcoins are going to pump. And the question is, can they just sustain that pump? Can they sustain the pump? Because right now, it looks like they really can't. We had XRP that had a big pump recently over the last 7 days, and now it's fallen back. We just see that none of these altcoins can sustain. We just see that they go up and they run out of gas. And it begs the question, are they being manipulated up if there really isn't that much excitement to push them up? And I don't know. Guys, but big news, Tether's up 0.2% today. Maybe you'll get rich. Okay. Tron, it's IOST to all. Yeah, I do think Tron is, Tron's still doing some decent stuff. I've said before, I'm not going out of my way to talk about Tron all the time like I used to for a while, because I am committed to IOST, but it does deserve coverage. And they are sponsoring me at World CryptoCon. We got some different stuff going on with Tron, but Tron has the benefit of, having a big run during 2017 and everybody knowing about it. So it's like you're reading my mind, South Park. 316, there you go. Second, Tron's Giving is just around the corner. Yeah, we'll probably do another Tron's Giving video, definitely. Maybe we'll do it live from the Tron headquarters. That would be funny. It would be really cool if I could get Justin Sun to reenact my scene where I shake his hand with a Tronky riding in front. One of my most underrated videos of all time. Oh no, BitBoy, you are the best, blah, blah, blah. Thank you, XBitCo. You're only saying that because you won the Dropple contest. Be honest with me. So, all right, guys, that's all I got for today for news going on. I hope you guys are enjoying these live videos. We're going to be doing these live videos almost every single day. Of course, I do have Disney coming up next week, so you may see me less, but we do have a video we'll be doing live from Tron tomorrow night. Also, we have a public IOST Global Alliance meeting happening tomorrow night at 5 o'clock, so that'll be right before the Tron event in Atlanta. So if you live in Atlanta or you're from the city, we will be doing that event. If you look up Atlanta Tab, the Atlanta blockchain community, you guys can find that information. You can go to Mid-Earth Crypto on Twitter and find out more details. Also, it's on Meetup. So if you're in the area, please come by. I'd love to see you and love to hang out. So yeah, we have a Tron IOST or a Tron IOST. We have an IOST meeting tomorrow night. It's a part of the IOST Global Alliance, which is a lot of the top nodes. So it's a public meeting. If you follow the IOST Telegram group, they probably should post details there. So I think we're allowing people to join it. I don't think we're going to be showing it afterwards. I'm not 100% on that, but you can find details about that in the Telegram group tomorrow. Probably tomorrow in the daytime, they'll probably talk about it. So, all right, guys, that is all I've got for today. Hope you guys enjoyed this video, and I will talk to you guys tomorrow.